Counter-Strike is a game of precision, tactics, and wit. A game where you can test your abilities on the digital battlefield against others of equal skill. A game where the most serious competitors face off in arenas full of thousands of adoring fans. And whose history is so vast that it spans over 20 years, 4 or 5 console generations, 16 Halos, 42 Call of Duties, countless rip-offs, and is against all odds, basically more popular than ever before. A game that is really hard to get into. And I don't mean the casual modes, which are underbaked but fun remnants of a once thriving custom server scene that I used to love when I was younger. I mean the 5 versus 5 competitive mode. Is it even possible to get good at this quote-unquote real version of the game anymore? Well, I've been trying. To give you a sense of my priors, I've been playing Valorant for the past 2.5 years, which I would like to think has given me some semblance of transferable TAC FPS fundamentals, but even with that, some days the amount of institutional knowledge I'm banging my head against feels like it's gonna crack my skull open. Recoil control, technical movement, lineups, variable spawn timings, the damn ladders, the intricate little details of maps that people have spent the better of 20 years playing and perfecting. It's a completely overwhelming experience at times, and I have the deaths to prove it. Sometimes I think learning this game is like 90% just figuring out all the ways you can get killed in any given moment in any given match. I guess that's a big part of what they call game sense. And yet, there's something that keeps me coming back for more. There's something about Counter-Strike that feels so elemental. You know how basically all of Western music is based on only 12 notes? Well, Counter-Strike is kind of the same way. You're given an assortment of incredibly simple tools that can be utilized in your infinite configurations. 20 years on, and this game's meta is still evolving. I just really enjoy this rich history, and I like to think that I'm a small participant in it when I play. When Valve updated the matchmaking algorithm earlier in 2022 to fix this, I figured it would be a perfect opportunity to commit more time to seeing if I could actually climb the ladder a little bit. I queued up, played my placement matches, and received a new, different rank. Silver 1. Roughly 70 games later, with some facet in between, I'll leave that for another video, I reached a peak rank of Gold Nova 2, deranked down to Silver Elite Master, and have stabilized at Gold Nova 1 as of this video's publication. I more or less flew through those first few ranks. I put whatever I ended up learning from Valorant to good use and just kind of ran at the other team every round, which worked pretty well until I hit gold. Now, I still do that, but it just doesn't automatically work every time. Guess I'll need to find some new strats. Or get better aim? Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. I still have good games, but I also have my fair share of real clunkers. I know if I just quit my job, go goblin mode, and grind all day, I'm bound to improve. But I'd like to work smarter, not necessarily harder. I'm in what you might call the twilight of my early 30s. I don't have that time to just play game after game for hours upon hours. Also, even if I did, I am emotionally frail. And every time I solo queue, I lose a week off my life worrying about disappointing strangers that I will never encounter again. So, what's next? Well, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know I'm doing a somewhat humorous experiment where I try my best to replicate pro plays in my low elo lobbies. And I've actually been learning a lot in the course of making those videos, but I want to get a little deeper too, exploring how to get better at CS by someone who is actively in the process of doing it. My hope is that this will not only help me improve, but help others out there who want to get better at the game. And I'm sure we'll have a few laughs along the way as well. There's so much great content out there from experts who I think have forgotten what it was like to be bad. Well, not me, because I still am bad, and I am certainly not an expert. And as a side note, I just feel that in general, we as a society should be less embarrassed about being bad at stuff. So here's my small contribution to that effort. All of this is to say that no, it is not too late to get into Counter-Strike. You will suck at first, but that's okay, because if you work hard at it, you will play and learn enough to suck just a little bit less. And if you're anything like me, This will probably make you feel proud and accomplished, and inspire you to try sucking a little bit less. And then one day, you'll look back and realize that while you are still absolute dog shit at this video game, your gameplay from when you started playing is basically unrecognizable to you now. And then you just keep going. Thank you for watching this video. If any of this sounds interesting to you, you can subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, like this video, and post your food allergies in the comments. Hope to see you along the way.